Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Lucius. We are now on to the start of a new chapter after taking care of Javita. We convinced her to jump off of the balcony and fall to her death, made it look like a suicide, and then planted the evidence from Mary and Agnes's murder. So that takes the heat off of us a little bit, but we still have a lot of work to do. So if we look at our map, we'll be able to go and find our new victim shortly. I haven't been making much use of this though, so I want to take a look at this and see if it'll give us a bit of a clue here. Probably not. Today I'm staying close to hell in the chambers I like to dwell. Yeah, that doesn't really help. Oh well, we will piece together the puzzle as we go along here. Detective McGuffin talked a little bit about who the possible victim may be. None other than Tom. We can now actually go into his room. We weren't able to before. He would tell us to get out or to go away. But the room is open and we can see him here wallowing in self-pity, obviously very upset about the fact that Javita killed herself and he was having the affair with Susan. I think he kind of blames himself a little bit, you know? Uncle Tom, he has been drinking for a month now. It seems like he actually had feelings toward Javita. That reminds me, when I picked up the camera, I saw a map on the table. Aha! So that map we picked up that I was talking about earlier being used in a later chapter, we are going to be using that. So if you have it in your inventory, you can take a look at it. And it shows a little bit of a secret passage that we can access through the wine cellar. Now, if you don't have the map, you can go upstairs and pick it up in the same area where we had found the camera, obviously. And Detective McGuffin had said that the guilt had kind of gotten to Tom, and he kind of feels like maybe it's his fault, maybe he pushed him over the edge, who knows. So anyways, how are we going to deal with Tom? Well, I guess we should start by going to the secret passage.
Leave your father alone. He's very
And if you talk to your mom, she's kind of becoming unraveled. I think her and your father are probably having some relationship issues, obviously very, very tense, you know, with his brother and the whole scandal and whatnot. I'm also going to be doing a few chores as well, because this death is pretty short. It doesn't take a lot of time. And the window for doing chores is kind of starting to close as we get on in the story with all of these chapters. You know, a lot of the characters get eliminated and our mom kind of slips further and further into depression, and, you know, things kind of go on that way. So I want to make sure that we do enough chores so that we can finish all the objectives, just to show off what happens when you actually finish all the chores off. So there we are. We have finished that chore, and we get our third item, which you may be able to see here is a bicycle. We'll have to check that out. It'll be in our room whenever we want to take a look at it, so it's not like it's of any, you know, great importance at the moment. And if we speak to our mom again, she might be able to give us another chore. But who knows where she went? She could be anywhere in the house. I'll just keep an eye out for her in my travels. Where we need to be going is the garage, which we can access through the lobby, which is this way. And here in the laundry room, we can find Susan and Michael. Susan talking as if nothing ever happened. I know what you do with my uncle. You can find Will here. If you talk to him, sometimes he'll give you a bit of a hint as to where to go. He talks about the wine cellar. And in this room here, when we had locked ourselves in and got the tire iron and got ourselves out, I hadn't realized that you can actually pick up the keys, you know, lock yourself in, grab the iron, and then use the keys from within the cell to get yourself out, but you can. So apparently I just did things the difficult way, and I've always done things the difficult way. That's kind of how I've always done it, because I assumed that if you were going to get an achievement for escaping, you would have to be all stealthy about it, but apparently you don't, so I just thought I would add that in for anybody who was curious about that. And here we are back down in our wine cellar. Now, it's not really clear in the diagram, at least not to me. You know, frankly, I kind of have a hard time looking at this. But obviously there is something more that we're missing. So what you can do is go behind the curtain here, sneak behind the racks, and then here is your secret entrance with a secret door. So you just kind of have to search around a little bit and you'll find this area. And wow, take a load of this place. When I first saw this, I looked at this and I thought, yeah, that explains a lot. I don't think normal houses have this. I mean, wow. That is pretty dark. We'll be coming back here later, though. All we want from here is the prescription pills. Now, don't ask me why the pills are in here of all places. You know, it seems a little bit out of place to me, but we'll be coming to this location later, so at least now you know where it is. And for your information as well, if you find this chamber before Chapter 7, you get an achievement for that as well. So, you know, if you've played the game before and you want to start a new game and work on some achievements, you can come down here right away, right from the get-go, and open that up for an achievement. You don't need keys or anything to get in there, so there's no worries about that. Now that we have the pills, we can return to Tom. Who is upstairs in his room, wallowing in self-pity. Although I kind of feel bad for him. Obviously, affairs have serious consequences, but I don't think anyone ever wishes that, wishes that someone was hurt. Also, this room, actually, my mistake, this is the room, the question mark room, that Tom never lets you into. I think both rooms are locked. I think both his bedroom and this room is locked as well, but, well, now you can see why it's locked. I mean, look at this. This is not appropriate for a child. I guess we should leave. I guess Tom's a bit of a sex addict. Kind of seems like he's got a little bit of a problem. I got myself totally turned around. Do believe his room is over here. Okay, and now that we have the pills, what we need to do is go into his closet, find his alcohol supply, go onto our inventory, and we need to combine the whiskey and the pills. So we're going to try and make this look like another suicide, possibly an overdose. I have added some of the poison I found from the chamber to Tom's whiskey bottle. And we need to get behind Tom so he can't see us. We need to be out of sight for this to work. And then what we need to do is plant the bottle. And now it's just a matter of waiting. I placed a poison bottle near Tom. He didn't notice anything. Aha. Drink up, buddy. Take your medicine.
It's you. You did this. You little shit. You did it all. You...
Well, he caught on, but unfortunately he caught on a little bit too late. So we silenced him before he could say anything.
It's me, Charles. Please open the door. Oh shit, no. Not this, no. Not this, no.
Mr. Wagner, I'm at a loss for words.
You came to your own conclusions, Detective. Our family is suffering a great shame now. I have little hope after this. I want you and your men out of this house by nightfall. There's nothing more for you here. We'll take care of our own problems from now on.
Again, I'm really sorry for your loss. I'll say a prayer for you and your family, Mr. Wagner. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been, I don't know, a long time since my last confession. There's a family. Their home is befallen by calamities. I can't explain. I've been trying to help, but I may have involved myself too far. I've been having nightmares, terrible scenes playing through my head, and this family, they are the players.
It sounds to me like this family needs help, my son. It sounds to me like the church should intervene.
Oh no, the church. Oh, that's the last thing we need. Lucius, you've really done it now. See what Satan has to say about this.
Hello, Lucius.
Hello.
You are doing well. But I do tire of these menial offerings. Maids, butlers, accountants, drunks. Don't you think it's time to up the stakes? Maybe make this a little more personal. There are some sneaky snakes in your fold, Lucius. You need to weed them out of the grass. Let me show you something else you can do to help on your journey. You
A new power.
to make people forget things. This can be very useful.
Alright. So if we're spotted doing something, before we get a game over, we can use the ability of Mind Erase to get them to forget what it is that we were doing.
Stakes, my son. The more power can be derived from the sacrifice.
So I think that's our third power.
Look closer to your foe, Lucius.
We've got Telekinesis, Mind Control, and Mind Erase. Okay, well, I don't really know exactly what he's talking about because I don't see anything more personal than, you know, killing members of your own family. I mean, that's pretty damn dark, you know, and in the progress, we've completely shattered, you know, our family's reputation. We've completely unraveled the minds of both of my parents. I mean, we have really done a whole heck of a lot of damage, but I guess all Satan cares about is the souls themselves. But you wouldn't think he'd be picky about souls, so anyways, we still have a lot of work to do. We're on chapter 9 now. And as you can see here, we have our bike. So this is the final gift you get for doing all your chores. Bike's a little awkward to operate, in my opinion. It's not ideal. Walking is a lot easier because you kind of have to press multiple keys at once to get this thing to steer. But you can ride it all around the house. You can ride it up and down stairs. You can open up doors and go through doors with it. You can ride around in the yard. I mean, you can do all sorts of stuff with this thing. I don't use it much. The only time I really ever used it was when I first got it, and when I found out that there is an achievement for riding the bike a certain amount. I think it's like 49 miles or something like that. I mean, it's quite a significant amount of riding. So, yeah, there's that. For those of you who are curious, it'll respawn in your room every single chapter. So, you know, if you ride it somewhere and forget where it is, then the next chapter it'll respawn in your bedroom, or if you restart, it'll be there. So, there's that. I don't really want to start on the next case yet. I think what I'll do... Oh. There's our mother. I was gonna say, I think what I'll do is go and maybe talk to a few people. Because our mom is obviously having a little bit of difficult with coping with things. She gave us our next chore, by the way, which is to get her earrings. Her earrings were on Javita's desk. So we can give her the earrings for another one of the chores. And the last chore she's going to have us do is laundry. Now, this is completely unnecessary. You don't really have to do any of the chores after you've gotten all the prizes. There really is no reward for doing so, but you know what? Maybe I'll sort some laundry later on or something, just for something to do. And I don't know, for me personally, I think your mom is the most interesting person, because as you can hear from her dialogue, you know, she kind of wants to confide in you. And then she told me to go away, and then she asked if I could, you know, hug her. I mean, she's really just a total basket case. You can just see how incredibly difficult this is for her. Whereas if you talk to your dad, he's basically just a huge dick and tells you to piss off, essentially. I should actually go see if I can talk to him and see what he has to say.
It's all lost.
He's pretty upset too. I think Tom's death probably rattled him the most of all. I think that really got to him. But you know, he basically just says to go away and to occupy myself, as if it's my fault that I'm a child stuck in this mansion with people dying left and right. I mean, consider the fact, if I was innocent, if I was just an innocent child, like how difficult that would be. I mean, you know, it's kind of strange because they don't really consider you a person. I don't know. That's kind of the impression I get, but I think that's all we're going to do for now. We pretty much accomplished quite a bit, actually. Did some chores and murdered good old Tom there, put an end to his devious ways, and so we will move on from here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.